Alright, I think we should be live. What's up guys, welcome back to another stream. Today we're doing some Minecraft along with a live Q&A. And as usual, you guys can ask me anything about college apps, homework help, study tips. Pretty excited to be doing this once again. I think it's been a couple of weeks since my last live stream. And I know I said I wanted to be consistent and then I took this break. Sorry about that. I do hope that I can be more consistent again in the coming weeks. But we'll go ahead and see. And we have people tuning in. We have Indo, Epic, FC, Echo, FaZe, and 50 Potatoes, Shoes, Dakota. Ellie, what's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Great to see everyone. Maddie, Fan, Dakota, Mist, Martin, Nif, P. Oh, we are getting shot at by a skeleton right there, so let's kind of go down here. Oh, we have armor. Okay, what's up? Asuma, Callie. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Remember me. What's up, piano lovers? Great to see you again. Hello. What's up, guys? Okay, if you guys are just tuning in, I have a quick question. I don't want to die to this creeper. Is this your guys' first stream? Go ahead and say yes or no. If you have been in a previous stream, go ahead and say no. Or actually, no. Yeah, go ahead and say no. If you have been in a previous stream, say yes if this is your first stream. Okay, we have yes. We have a couple no's. It seems like it's mostly yeses though. Okay, wow. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. And just in case you guys have not been here before, here's how it usually goes. I get on live, usually around like every evening. Whenever I do go live, it's in the evening, and I'm here to answer any questions you guys have about study tips, college applications, homework help, pretty much anything that you guys have questions about that are like academic related. I'm here to answer for the duration of the stream. So guys, you can go ahead and start asking your questions in the stream chat. And the one thing that I usually say is that I love questions that are like great conversation starters. So not questions that are like, oh, is a 3.9 a good GPA, but questions that are more like interesting. For example, how do I deal with a bad teacher? Or how do I get over, my anxiety of public speaking? Like questions like those that, even where you guys can pitch in the stream chat, I think those are the best kinds of questions to ask for these live streams. So we have people tuning in. What's up? Someone is saying study, don't play. I've been thinking about doing, study with me streams, but we just haven't gotten around to it. I just have to get my setup all, looking nice and aesthetic before I do one of those live streams. All right, let's see. So now we have some questions rolling in. Let's see, what questions do we have? Should I do my homework? Yes, you should do your homework. Let me see. Where are we at in this game so far? It's been a couple weeks since I've logged in. So we have armor, we have diamonds, we have a lot of good stuff here. Do we have a bed? Or do we? I don't think we built a base. I forget. I don't think we have a base. So let's go ahead and maybe do that first, because I don't want to die and, I want to save these diamonds somewhere and kind of save our coordinates. So here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and walk around, and if you guys see a place where I should build my base, just go ahead and say so. And in the meantime, let me see what questions I can go ahead and answer. Okay, Epic Sports Vids, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Is UC Berkeley an elite level school? Yes, UC Berkeley is an amazing school. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's the #1 public school in the country. Or if not, it's definitely up there. UC Berkeley is a fantastic school, especially if you're trying to go into STEM. Oh, why did that take me so long to get? Let me see, can I throw something out? Yep, let's throw the seeds out right there. Say my name, what's up, basketball? Thank you for tuning in. Tips for rising freshmen. Okay, do you guys want me to go over high school tips? Oh, okay, we're getting shot at. You know what, maybe let's just, okay, forget it. Wow, I'm actually losing health kind of fast. Okay, let's see. Do people want rising freshman advice? I see a yes. Yes, please, yes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cover some freshman year advice. And I think this is helpful, right? Because I'm assuming some of you guys are older and already in high school. So if you guys have any tips... Oh, we did start building a base and we're... What in the world? Wait a minute. If you guys remember, a couple streams ago, we died... And we came back to the spot where we died. There's absolutely no way. And all of our stuff is still here. What in the world? That's insane. Okay, so now we have 19 diamonds. What are the chances? That's actually wild. Okay, wow. So here, let me just go ahead and save my coordinates. Here. 700 negative 250. Okay, 700 negative 250. I need y'all to spam that in the stream chat. So I don't want to pause and type that up somewhere. So just spam it in the stream chat. So then when I go back through the recording, I can just find my coordinates. And I'll note it down. Actually, I'll note it down on my phone. What am I saying? Okay, so we have some stuff here. It's so hard to answer questions while also trying to play this game. Okay, so we have a water bucket. Oh, nope. We're not going to die again to that creeper. That was really close. Okay, so tips for rising freshmen. Let's go ahead and cover that. So when you're entering high school, I think the first thing to realize is that, you know, in middle school, your teachers will tell you that high school is a lot harder, that your teachers won't have any tolerance for, you know, late assignments, procrastination, things of that nature. Right off the bat, I will say is that high school isn't as scary as your middle school teachers might make it out to be. Like, I remember back when I was in like middle school, 8th grade, my teachers would be like, oh, like this would not fly by in high school. Or, there's no way your teachers would let you do this. They're more chill than you think they are. But at the same time, you do want to get ready for like a more rigorous curriculum. And so that essentially means having some sort of productivity system to help you stay on top of your assignments, homework assignments, exams. And, you know, in middle school, you can get away with not having some sort of system in place, but in high school, you definitely want to establish that. So whether it's Google Calendar, Notion, you know, it's very important to get that in the works. And by the way, guys, I'm thinking about working on like a Notion template, like something to help you guys out just in case you haven't used it before. If that sounds interesting, let me know. And, you know, personally, I use Notion a lot to just stay organized with a bunch of stuff, and maybe you guys would also appreciate some sort of Notion template to you know, organize your work. Okay, but that's academics. And then beyond academics, you also want to focus on extracurriculars. And so in middle school, you know, if you're a part of extracurriculars, great. Just keep that up. Continue joining clubs in the high school. Get involved, you know, with community service, with, you know, not only clubs inside your school, but maybe organizations outside of school. If you have never done activities before, high school is the time to try things out. Just try a bunch of different things out that are maybe even in different categories or subjects. Things, you know, you might not have even imagined trying out before. And you'll probably find that, you know, there are some things out there that you will enjoy that you have never tried before. So that's one thing that I definitely recommend as well. I can keep going on, but I don't know if you guys want me to. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the stream chat right now. So let's see. I'll go ahead and wait for the next bit of questions to start coming through. Okay, let's just kind of kill off all these zombies. All right, what other questions do we have? Okay, maybe this will help me kind of also tailor my advice. But what grade are you guys in? Here, let me just take care of this. Is AP Physics hard? I did not take AP Physics. The only AP science classes that I took in high school were Chem and Bio. Okay, let me see. What do we got over here? We have 9th, 10th, 8th, I see 5th, 10th, 9th, 10th. Okay, so we have mostly high schoolers. It seems like mostly underclassmen. A handful of middle schoolers, but cool. We have like a decent amount of high schoolers here as well. 9th, 8th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 10th. Okay. Cool, nice. Junior. All right, cool. I'm in 8th, 9th. All right, awesome. Okay, so there are so many. Okay, let's just get these mobs out of here. Why are there so many mobs? I think it might be, is it the cave system? Are they coming out of the cave or something? Or is it just because it was just night and they haven't despawned yet? And there we go. Cool. Okay. Why do they just keep spawning? Okay, I think they're finally cleared out. I don't think they're coming out of this cave system, so I think we can go ahead and build a house there. Okay, let's just go ahead and start building this house. That was pretty... Oh, we can also like put torches everywhere so they don't spawn during the night. Okay, so Gohar. Oh, we got a longer question here. Mr. Smith. Let's see. Hey, Gohar, when you looked into colleges and made your decision on where to go, how much did your decision come down to size, area, and campus? And how much was your decision based on academics? Ooh, that's a fantastic question. So, I'll be honest, my decision process was relatively straightforward, mostly because I wasn't choosing between too many different schools. What I will say is this: I think academics are a more important factor to consider, over location, size, and area. Like location, size, and area are definitely things you want to consider. For example, you don't want to, if you are a fan of the city life and you want to be in a place that seems more lively, like you don't want to go to school in the middle of nowhere, right? You want a college campus that's in an urban environment. But for me, I think academics was my primary consideration because it came down to Yale, Stanford, and MIT, and I immediately eliminated Yale because I knew I wanted to do computer science or something in the STEM field. And so for that reason, I immediately knew that MIT or Stanford were my two remaining options. And after that, that's when I considered campus and location. And that's when I realized, Stanford was too far and that MIT was the better choice for me. All right. Let's see what other questions. Okay, so we have a bunch of questions, messages here. So what do we have? Go hard, I'm in 7th grade and struggling in English. Do you have any tips to memorize 20 terms in a week's time span? Okay, so if you have to memorize 20 terms, I would simply recommend using a tool like Quizlet or Anki. There's plenty of tools online, like flashcard tools, that'll just help you memorize vocab words. And they have built-in learning systems as well that can implement spaced repetition or, like systems that'll help you figure out which vocab words are your weakest. But if you're not using a tool like that, there are memory techniques that you can leverage, but I don't think it's really worth, going over them and like trying to do it manually. Okay, so let's just go ahead and maybe make a bunch. Do we have coal? Yeah, we have coal. Okay, cool. Let's just go ahead. Once the rain stops, we'll go ahead and make the torches. I don't think the rain will take the torches out, but I'm not too sure, honestly. All right. So let's just go ahead and build another layer here. Go ahead, add a door, bro. Yeah, I'm going to add a door real soon. Don't worry. Doors and windows. We're going to be adding all that stuff. I'm just building like a prism right now, and then we'll just, kind of add the other elements. How hard is a push? So I wasn't a huge fan of history, so for me it was a bit more challenging than my other APs, but I think on average compared to most of the APs, it's probably in the middle. It's not on the harder end, right? It's not with like AP Bio or AP Chem or AP Physics, but I wouldn't say it's on the easier end with like AP Environmental Science or even like AP Psych. A good amount of memorization is required. I would say if you're trying to learn history, the Feynman technique is probably one of the best methods that you can use. It's something that I loved using back in high school. Like whenever I had an A-push lesson or would go over a chapter, I would literally just pretend to teach it to someone else. I would say this stuff out loud. It would make it a lot easier to sort of digest the content. Okay, I don't think we want to make a ceiling this low, right? We want to maybe do one more layer. What do you guys think? One more layer? I think, we don't want to... Oh, we have one block between our head and the ceiling, but... I don't know. Do you guys want more space? Or do we want more space? Yes, let's see what people are saying. One more layer? Alright, cool, let's do it. Alright, what other questions do we have here? Yes. Alright. Slabs. Oh, I think I'll use them on the exterior, sort of like decoration or something. Okay, what other questions do you guys have? I'm trying to find questions that I haven't really addressed before in like previous streams. AP Spanish, my school did not offer AP Spanish. We didn't have any AP language courses, so I wasn't able to take it. Did you play any sports in high school? I did. Those sports were not a huge part of my application. I was part of cross country and track. I wasn't a huge fan. My brother Mahad, who you guys have probably seen on YouTube and TikTok, he was much more involved. He did cross country all 4 years, I believe, and he actually became cross country captain as well. What I will say though is that sports are not necessary if you're trying to get into a top college. They're nice, you know, especially if you can maybe win an award or get a leadership role, but it's not super necessary. All right. Do we have wool? Yes, we do. So we can make a bed as well. All right, cool. Are you on spring break? I am not on spring. I graduated from college a couple years ago. But around now is when a lot of students are going on spring break. Hi, Gohar. I'm in 11th grade and I moved to a new school. I'm having trouble with trying to find an extracurricular, but I do game development at home. That's why I'm worried about college apps. Great point. Okay. Or it's an interesting scenario to talk about, especially like moving schools, right? Because if you move schools, it's probably going to be harder to get like a leadership role in one of the existing clubs because, you know, the students who have already been there are probably already in line. So what I will say is this. Yes, at-home extracurriculars are a fantastic way to build up your resume. You can also do things outside of school. For example, volunteering, internship, getting a job. You know, at home, you're doing game development, which sounds great. You can also maybe explore social media, starting a business, self-study, self-research. And another important thing to consider is that colleges will take into consideration your circumstances, right? So when they're evaluating your extracurriculars, like they'll know why maybe you don't have too many leadership roles, right? Like they'll take into consideration that you had to move schools and that, you know, maybe more of your activities had to be at home. So I think overall you're fine, but just find more creative ways to maybe, you know, follow your hobbies, explore your interests at home and outside of school. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a door. I don't even know. Oh, we need more wood. Here. I forget how to make a door. I think it's something just like... Okay, I think we need one more piece over there. But let's go ahead and see. Rice Farmer 11, I'll ask a serious question. What are your thoughts on YouTube as an extracurricular? Fantastic. And let me tell you one thing. YouTube was one of my extracurriculars as well when I was applying to college. So it was like my 7th or 8th activity on my college application. And someone says finally making a door. That's funny. And so, yeah, it was my 7th or 8th extracurricular. And I remember when I applied to Stanford, after I had gotten in, my Stanford admissions officer wrote me a letter, like a little note, you know, just kind of talking about my application. And she mentioned that she loved the fact that YouTube was one of my activities. Like, she seemed relatively impressed. She was like, oh, wow, it's so cool, you know, that you have a YouTube channel. And, you know, you're kind of exploring your interest in that regard. I think it's a great activity to have, especially if you're doing it consistently, if you have a sizable audience, if you're passionate about it. You know, if you're picking up skills like video editing, you know, graphic design, maybe even programming. These are all things that you can and even should mention on your college application. Someone is asking, I graduated, what do I do now? So, content, and then I also run a college admissions business, Next Admit. I think a lot of people think that I graduated and I jumped straight into, like, I only do content creation. And to be fair, content creation is the majority of what I do, but I also do have a business that I run. And on that front, a lot of management tasks on the day-to-day. Lots of programming as well, lots of graphic design. And it's been a really fun journey. And we also got a $5, I think, super sticker. I'm not sure what that's called, but thank you so much, Granola. Really do appreciate it. And I saw Duck is back in the live stream. Great to see you again. All right, so let's go ahead and get some... Let's go ahead and knock down that tree right there. And it seems like the sun is starting to set once again, so we'll get the torches out real soon. And how is it still raining? Like, how long does it rain for in Minecraft? I feel like... I don't know. When I used to play back in the day, I felt like it was much shorter. What's up, Yellow? Great to see you again. Yeah, it has been a while. It's been like a couple weeks. What is... I thought I just saw something like running around back there. Alright. Oh, what is Whoa, 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 whoa. What are these things? Can someone tell me in the stream chat what is behind me right now? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Okay, let's just go ahead and hide here, I guess. Please don't come inside. Let's go ahead and block this off. Phantoms. Okay, that was kind of creepy. Okay, are they dangerous? Oh, I need to sleep? Oh, wait, like, you need to start sleeping in Minecraft, I guess? Interesting. Alright, cool, so we'll do that. Phantoms. Tips to become valedictorian. I'll talk about that in just a second. Oh, okay, so I gotta sleep, I guess, more often. Didn't know about that. Duck said, so my whole class failed the algebra test a few weeks ago. Retake us tomorrow. Advice. Okay, math, algebra, practice problems are your best friend. If your teacher also handed back your previous practice exam, or not your previous practice exam, but if your teacher handed back your first test, go through every single question you got wrong. It's funny, I made a short about this, like literally today. Go through every single question you got wrong. Write down, write down your answer, the correct answer, and then write down why the correct answer is correct. And, as you're doing this explanation, try to pinpoint the exact reasons, you got the question wrong. And so that way you understand where your logic went wrong, and that way you'll understand, how to avoid that mistake again. And I think we got another $5 super chat. Let me just go ahead and confirm. Yep. Thank you so much, Rice Farmer. Really do appreciate it. Is it worth applying to Ivies as a film/media major if you have an insanely stacked portfolio, even if you want to do CS? Ooh, okay. Here's the thing. With Ivies, you can change your major. And if your portfolio leans heavily towards film and media and you have an impressive, collection of accomplishments, feel free to, yes, apply as a film/media major and maybe indicate that you would want a minor in computer science. Indicate somewhere that you do want to study, something technical. And then once you get to college, you can simply switch. I think if you apply computer science, it's not going to raise a red flag, but I think it would be helpful if one of your supplemental essays to the Ivy League, kind of explained why you're interested in computer science. And so that way, if they see your film extracurriculars, they'll know, why you're applying as a computer science major. All right, Emily, tips for a valedictorian, please. Of course, I got you. So let's go ahead and go to sleep, and then I'll answer that question in just a second. So let's go ahead and make the bed. All right, and respawn point set. Amazing. I should also make a chest and put some diamonds in there. So chest, torches, let's get all that good stuff going. Okay, but tips for valedictorian first. Maybe I'll talk about this as I'm doing the things, because I have a lot to say about valedictorian. So if you're trying to become valedictorian, I think it helps if you know early on, because it's not just about grades. It's also, I've said this on one of my long form videos, but it's also a game of strategy, right? You have to figure out what classes you're taking, when you're taking them, and there's also an element of kind of understanding how other classmates are doing. So it's not just purely, focused on grades. So tip number one is to take the hardest classes you possibly can as early as you can. And this might involve going up to your guidance counselor and asking, them to make special exceptions, right? In my case, I wanted to take 2 AP classes instead of 1 my sophomore year. And so I had to ask my guidance counselor to make an exception to let me enroll into 2. And I had to convince her that, I was capable of doing that. Another aspect of this is to take the easier, highly weighted classes first. And here's what I mean by this, right? You do want to take as many APs or honors courses as you can. But if there are some AP courses that you might just absolutely not do well in, put them off until senior year, because generally to become valedictorian, they'll only look at grades up until junior year. So take all the easier APs early on, take them, by the time you're a senior, so that those classes get counted towards your weighted GPA, which then helps you become valedictorian. Another element of it is to always do the extra credit. I think you almost have to be like borderline obsessive about every single grade that you get, because at the end of the day, when it comes to valedictorian, what I find is that the differential between number 1 and number 2 ends up being like not even 1 point. It ends up being like half a point or like 0.2 of a point. It's wild. And so at the end of the day, every point is going to matter. And so if there's ever an opportunity to do extra credit, or to even ask your teacher if there's an opportunity to do extra credit, probably worth doing so. Let's see. Of course, Emily. I hope my answer was helpful. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them. Let's go ahead. Okay, so we made our torches. I don't think, maybe mobs can spawn inside, but let's put one there, one there, one there, one in the center, one in the center. And let's kind of do this. I want it to, perfect, right there. And, oh, one right there. That's 2 blocks, that's 2 blocks. I'm just trying to make everything symmetrical. All right, nice. So I think now we can go ahead, get some wood, and build this door and, everything else. But before I head out, let me see, what questions do we have? Oh, and by the way, guys, if I have not answered your question, feel free to DM me on Instagram. My handle is Gohar's Guide. I answer a handful of DMs every single day. And also join my Discord server. It's pinned to the stream chat. I will probably be hanging out there after the live stream. So once again, guys, Discord link pinned to the stream chat. Would love to see you guys there afterwards. I try to hang out there relatively often. What questions? Do you have a Spotify studying playlist? I made a Spotify account, or like a separate one, just to make like a study playlist. But I haven't made the playlist yet. Maybe we could do it on a live stream together. And we had someone join the channel membership. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Gabe. Great to see you here. Welcome to the channel membership. And guys, just in case you don't know, the channel membership is pretty much like an exclusive viewer community here at Gohar's Guide. I don't know why I said it like that, like we're some sort of company. But yeah, channel members. I'm planning to do some exclusive members only live streams in the future once we get more members joining. There's a members only Discord channel in my Discord server, so if you guys want to talk to me there, you can do so. And yeah, hopefully we can add more perks in the future as well. Is being a radio host a good job? Being a radio host sounds like a fantastic job. I feel like it takes a lot of different skills, not only creative skills, but it also requires, like quick thinking. It requires being comfortable, maybe in like uncertain situations. It requires you to be entertaining. I think I already said that, but yeah, no, it's a fantastic job to have. It's unique as well. Like, I have not seen any students really have or list down a radio host as one of their jobs. Podcast host, maybe, we're starting to see more often, but radio host is very unique. Assuming you're a high school student and, trying to apply to college. All right, so we're collecting the wood here. Perfect. Okay, I want to make some chests, and I want to have like a bunch of... Okay, so I'm going to maybe make a couple chests. One where I just store like a bunch of food just in case, like just like a backup food, I guess. And I also want to put these 19 diamonds away because I don't want to die in a cave and then just lose everything. We can also we already have a diamond pick. We got to get obsidian so we can head to the nether soon. All right. Cool, so we have a bunch of wood here. Let's go ahead and make a door. Let's make our chest. Let's kind of get these animals along the way as well. And maybe we can decorate like the exterior of our house a little bit. Add like slabs or something, I don't know. Make it look a bit better. All right, lots of questions coming through. Let's go ahead and answer more of them. What can I throw out here? Dirt. I like keeping extra blocks. Gunpowder, I don't really need that. thoughts on HOSA. I'll be honest, my school didn't have HOSA. I'm not too familiar with it. But if you want to DM it to me on Instagram, I can look into it and give you my thoughts. But as with any extracurricular that's more like standardized, they're all fantastic. They're a bit more common, but I think as long as you go far, obtain leadership roles, it's only going to ever help your application. Let's go ahead and add some torches around. Oh, okay, there's like a 1 block gap right there. Okay, I want to make sure this is like asymmetrical. 1 block, cool. Are you related to Sal Khan? I am not related to Sal Khan, but he is the GOAT. I have talked to Sal Khan a couple times. I'm actually curious. A very long time ago, like a year, not even a year and a half, like 2 years ago, I posted a short with Sal Khan where I was on like a Zoom call with him and I was interviewing him. Have you guys seen that? Do you guys remember that? It's from a very long time ago. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make our door finally. Yes, no. Most people are saying no, yeah, because it was a very long time ago. We have a couple yeses, which is pretty impressive. Duck is saying, got my science grade from a 26 up to an 80. Started taking your advice, not just watching the viz. I also did a bunch of extra credits, so we'll see. That's awesome. 26 to an 80 is probably the most impressive comeback I have ever heard of. Someone's saying, Gore, have you ever gotten in trouble before? Not really. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and make our... I think this is the door. Perfect. And let's just throw some stuff out. Oh, we don't need this wool right here. All right, who was the person that was telling me to make a door? Because I think that was like 20 minutes ago, and finally, after such a long time. Wait, why is it... Is it me, or should it be opening up the other way? Whatever. Okay, cool. Oh, me. All right. Well, there we go. I finally built the door. So, just get rid of this. I don't know. I just want to like orient things a bit more nicely. Maybe we can put the bed like right here, and now let's build like a couple of chests. I think chests, yeah, they're just like that with this, yep, something in the middle. Let's go ahead and build 4, so we'll have like 2 double chests. Gohar, how do you study without distractions? Okay, I mean, let's be honest. The number one distraction we all have, it's our phones. And so to study without distractions, I think simply means putting your phone in a different room or even having someone just keep it away from you. I also think, so personally, like I enjoy working at my computer and I don't get as distracted by my computer. So I'll work here at my desk with my computer in front of me. You know, maybe I'll put my phone away, but that's okay for me. I think some students though, they can't even work like on their or in front of a computer. And so in that case, maybe I recommend working in like your dining room or somewhere outside. You can even go to like a cafe or a library, though that takes a lot of extra effort. So maybe you can put the chest in the middle. I feel like that would look kind of cool. Oh wait, no, we don't have enough. It's not symmetrical. Let's just put it here in this corner. Why not? And we can... oh, wait. These... Maybe we can put the bed, like, here. And then just put these chests. I don't know why I'm obsessing over, like, the symmetry here. But let's do that. And maybe another crafting table right there. I don't know. Cool. All right, nice. And now let's go ahead and put these diamonds here. We have some extra stone. I'll keep the stone just in case we go mining, but... okay, let's get some furnaces and start cooking this extra stuff. Go hard, do you edit your own videos? I do. My short form, though. My long form, I do have editors. Make a wood floor? Yeah, I do want to add a floor as well. at some paintings. I don't know how to craft a painting. Why did you start playing Minecraft? Just to keep the background entertaining as I'm answering questions. All right, I'm trying to see. What books help improve reading skills? So, okay, I've never been asked about reading skills. I've been asked about writing skills, and my answer has always been Elements of Style and On Writing. But when it comes to reading, I feel you can't, there's no real wrong answer. Like, as long as the book is written at like a high school / college level or above. I would recommend nonfiction books if you're just generally trying to become better at, deciphering like dense texts and just trying to become better at analyzing text. So for example, just like nonfiction history books, nonfiction science books. One that I'm reading and have been reading for a while is How to Hide an Empire. It's been a fascinating read and it's written really well. And I don't know, it kind of strikes me as the kind of book that if a young person reads, it'll just make them a better reader. All right. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. We've been going at it for about half an hour. I do want to stream for longer periods of time in the future. I just have to carve out like better blocks in my schedule. But this was fun, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. We made a decent amount of progress today. I feel like in previous streams we kind of spent most of the time just roaming around and dying, but we actually got something together today, which is pretty good. But yeah, once again, if you have and we just got a donation. So the stream is not ending right now. Thank you so much, Rami. Go hard, which schools were you rejected from and what were your extracurriculars in high school? What about Mahad? That's a pretty... Okay. So I don't think I've ever answered that question in one of my videos. Here's what I'll tell you. Maybe I'll do it in a future short. What I will say is this. Rejection is an inevitable part of the admissions process. I'm not going to speak for Mahad on this because I'm not sure what he's comfortable sharing, but I will share my extracurriculars, and I'll sort of list them off here. So my main extracurricular, as I've said, sorry if I'm repeating this for some of the people here, was it was entrepreneurship. It was mostly web development. So throughout high school, even middle school, I ran a network of websites. And these websites were educational in nature, programmed them by myself, learned a lot of I learned how to code in making these websites. And that was my number one activity. And I also talked about it in some of my supplemental essays. It became a huge, just sort of centerpiece of my application. And yeah, not only did it teach me how to code, but it also taught me how to market. It taught me how to, earn money online, a bunch of different skill sets, which I highlighted through my application. I was also editor-in-chief of my school newspaper. That was a big one. I digitized, my entire school's paper. Because before I took on that role, we had only made print editions, but I kind of made a website, brought it all online. I was also involved in a bit of research. So I was a research assistant at a local university. I was working on some machine learning stuff. I did a little bit of USICO, Student Council, National Honor Society, had a YouTube channel. There was a local organization that I volunteered with for 4 years, or not 4 years, at least 3 years. And I think I'm missing a few other major ones, but those are the main ones that come to mind. Bray Domino, my son doesn't study. How can I make it fun for him? First of all, I just want to say, I'm very surprised that we have parents on the live stream. Okay. I'll answer that question in just a second. But first of all, Rami, I hope I addressed your question, the extracurricular one. If you have any other questions about my activities, feel free to drop them in the stream chat. I'll try to keep an eye out for your icon here. But Bray, so how do you make studying fun? Okay. So the one technique that I've talked about in this live stream was the Feynman technique, and that's when you pretend to teach, a certain concept to someone. And not only pretend, you could actually teach that to someone, and in doing so, you kind of pick up on the content yourself. For me, that was a bit of fun, just kind of pretending to teach a lecture. But I think some other ways that you can do it. One thing that I say is, I say that some students can make accountability group chats. So where it's like, maybe your son or maybe like a student and his or her friends get together, make a group chat where they have to hold each other accountable and make sure they all finish their assignments, that are due in a certain day, that are due in a certain week. And the whole premise is that if one of the people, is not holding up to what they have to complete, they then have to, do some sort of challenge or do something in response. But I think the simplest way that you can make learning fun is to just gamify it. For example, maybe just tell yourself that after 30 minutes of studying or after X amount of studying, it's time for you can go on your phone for a few minutes, or you can take a break, or you can grab a snack, or you can do something. And sort of working towards these intermittent goals and little rewards does make the studying process a bit more fun. Remy. Let's see, one more thing. How did you get on the Z board? A ton of my LinkedIn connections to Google Youth Advisory sounds fun. Goal of mine. Remy, I'm not on the Z board. Well, I've heard of it. Let me look it up. Oh, there was a Gen Z advisory board. Okay, I see. It seems like this was a while ago, and I don't think they continue it. But I was not part of it, though. Okay, cool. And Remy, if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to, DM me on Instagram. Handle, once again, is Gohar's Guide. But guys, I think with that, we'll wrap up today's live stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This was a bunch of fun. Maybe I'll stream again tomorrow night. Or actually, no, I'm traveling for a few days. But once I'm done traveling, I will hopefully start streaming again more consistently. Once again, if you haven't already, feel free to join my Discord server. The link is pinned to the stream chat. I'll be hanging out there relatively often, and maybe during my travels as well. But guys, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time.